Yes, thank you. One of the issues that's been discussed here is sustainability and how companies, I guess, can still be competitive while thinking more carefully about their effects on the environment. With me now is Jim McClelland from Sustain magazine. Jim, just give us an idea how much of a concern this is for businesses trying to look after the planet and I suppose their bottom line at the same time.
Well, it's obviously mainstreaming sustainability, but that's as much of a challenge as it is an opportunity, and the challenge is in decision making. Do businesses have the information and the tools in order to make the best decisions with the new sustainability agenda in place?
What sort of things do businesses have to be looking at with regard to sustainability that maybe a few years ago just weren't concerns?
Well, there are some obvious areas such as energy and water usage and waste where the regulation is biting, so they're prompted along those lines. But other areas, for instance, are supply chain management, a lot of ethical considerations in terms of where labour issues and supply issues and natural resource issues down the line. So those are newer concerns where the regulation isn't at present providing the framework.
Now, we've had a debate on this here earlier on today, and I suppose a concern for businesses will be they want to be sustainable, but they don't want it to impact on too much on how much it costs them to be sustainable.
Yep.
How easy is it to maintain that balance?
It's easier than people think. One of the issues we looked at was the green premium. Is it a myth or a reality? Now, in some areas, obviously, with emerging technologies, it potentially is expensive to instigate green measures. But obviously, over time, it's a matter of whole life costing. But there are some simpler, quicker, easier wins where they can get their money back over very short time frames, and they can prioritise those first. Then they get a head up in terms of enthusiasm for the topic, and they can move on to some of the slightly more difficult, more ambitious targets later.
And for companies that haven't yet thought about this, what would your advice be?
Well, first off, it's a matter of competitive advantage. There's almost no sector in which you don't have a rival who is currently achieving, in some regard, in respect of the green agenda and the sustainability agenda, and that should be enough for you to begin with to know that you need to look at some of these issues.
OK, Jim McClelland, thank you very much for joining us. Clearly this is a topic that a lot of business people here will want to be thinking more about in the weeks and months ahead. Back to you.